You know the kind of guy who does nothing but bad things and then wonders why his life sucks? Well, that was me. Every time something good happened to me, something bad was always waiting around the corner. Karma. That's when I realized I had to change. So I made a list of everything bad I've ever done, and one by one I'm gonna make up for all my mistakes. I'm just trying to be a better person. My name is Earl.
Remember when NBC took a gamble on a show about a mustached loser with a handwritten to-do list? My Name is Earl gave us karma, chaos, and one of TV's most lovable idiots. Until they canceled it mid-cliffhanger like television executives don't believe in cosmic justice.
Which one is from NBC? Oh, that's for canceling My Name is Earl!
Today, we're counting down 15 weird facts about My Name is Earl that'll make you want to start binge-watching it all over again, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for number 1, because what Catalina was really saying in all those angry Spanish rants will completely change how you watch the show. Now, before we dive in, subscribe and share this video. That's good karma for supporting Remember When. Now, let's get into the countdown with number 15. There are palm trees in Kentucky. Apparently. You know what's hilarious about television production? Sometimes the most obvious continuity errors become the most entertaining details. Case in point, Camden County, Kentucky apparently has more palm trees than Miami. Take a look at the photos hanging on the Crab Shack walls. Earl and Darnell posing in their supposed hometown with gorgeous palm trees swaying behind them. It's a lovely tropical scene that would be perfect if Camden County wasn't, you know, in Kentucky.
Don't tell anyone I told you this. My name is, well, you better just call me Crabman.
Here's the thing about Kentucky. It's landlocked, has actual winters, and palm trees survive there about as well as ice cubes in a microwave. Yet, there they are in every Crab Shack photo and even in the opening credits, creating this parallel universe where the bluegrass state apparently has a Mediterranean climate. Was this a production mistake? Someone grabbing the wrong stock photos? Or an intentional joke about how Camden County exists in its own weird reality where normal rules don't apply? Either way, it's become one of those charming details that makes the show even more surreal. In a world where karma is measurable and Randy can accidentally become a chess master, why shouldn't Kentucky have palm trees? Number 14. One actor played 3 siblings. Here's a casting trick so subtle that most viewers never caught it, even after multiple rewatches. Billy Gardell, yeah, the future star of Mike and Molly, played 3 different characters on My Name is Earl, and they were all supposed to be siblings. Meet the Hoyne family, Billy Hoyne, Officer Jeff Hoyne, and their unnamed sister. 3 completely different people with 3 completely different personalities, all brought to life by the same guy.
After 4 hours of box folding and talking snacks, I was getting a little bored.
You know, one time I pushed D5 and 2 bags of chips came out. But then one time I pushed it and no chips came out.
It's like watching a one-man show disguised as ensemble casting. The genius was in the execution. Different hairstyles, different costumes, and slightly different mannerisms. Gardell essentially created 3 distinct characters that happened to share his face.
Okay, somebody needs to tell me exactly what the problem is.
I'll tell you what the problem is. I sent this doofus to the fair to find a way to make us some money, and he ends up spending only cash we have left on some stupid soccer mom toaster.
I bought a patriotic sandwich maker because I love America and hot sandwiches, and she attacks me with a weed whacker.
Unless you were really paying attention, you'd just assume Camden County had a lot of people who looked vaguely similar. Peak early 2000s television creativity right there. When budgets were tight but imaginations were limitless, why hire 3 actors when you can find one guy talented enough to be 3 people? Number 13, Earl's name was a handwriting accident. Sometimes life's smallest accidents completely change everything, including your entire identity. Earl J. Hickey was never supposed to be Earl at all. He was meant to be Carl, named after his father in a perfectly normal father-son naming tradition. So, what happened? His dad's handwriting was so terrible that when he filled out the birth certificate, his cursive C looked enough like an E that Carl became Earl. One sloppy letter, one completely different life.
And nobody can use it anymore except me.
Oh, hell no.
Let go, Joy.
No.
I want it.
Let go.
You let go.
No.
You let go. You let go. It was then and there we knew the badge was too powerful. It had turned us against each other.
This is exactly the kind of random, absurd twist that would happen to Earl in the show itself. The man who believed every bad thing in his life was karmic payback was literally created by the universe's sense of irony before he was even old enough to do anything wrong. It's a perfect origin story for a character whose entire existence was defined by life's unexpected twists. Earl's name was his first taste of how randomness and fate would shape his history. He just didn't know it yet. Number 12, the Mallrats brothers were reunited. Before Earl and Randy were brothers cleaning up their karma, Jason Lee and Ethan Suplee were already causing trouble together in Kevin Smith's 1995 cult classic Mallrats. In the film, Lee played Brody Bruce, a slacker comic book obsessed 20-something hanging out at the mall, while Suplee played William Black, one of the security guards trying to keep troublemakers in line. So basically, they went from opposite sides of mall security to being actual siblings on television.
So, Willem, would you happen to know what this stage business is all about?
It's not a stage. I'm gonna see it if I have to go blind trying.
No, man, this stage over here.
The casting wasn't a coincidence either. When My Name is Earl creator Greg Garcia was putting together the show, he specifically wanted actors who already had natural chemistry. Lee and Supplee's previous work together in the Smithverse made them perfect for playing brothers who genuinely seemed like they'd grown up together.
Hey, Earl.
Yeah, Randy?
Did you hear about me and the Cheeto?
No, what happened?
Oh, it was pretty amazing.
It's one of those perfect casting decisions that makes total sense in hindsight. Who better to play lovable losers trying to figure out life than two guys who'd already perfected the art of playing lovable losers a decade earlier? Plus, for us Gen X viewers who caught the connection, it added an extra layer of nostalgia, like watching your favorite slackers from the video store finally grow up and get their act together. Well, kinda. Number 11, Earl's El Camino is a Franken-car built from 3 different donors. Earl's beloved El Camino, that trusty ride that carried him to every karma-fixing adventure, wasn't actually the straightforward 1973 El Camino it appeared to be. It's basically automotive Frankenstein, cobbled together from 3 different vehicles.
That's a sweet El Camino you rode up in. You want that Mustang back, I'll give you a rematch. The Stang versus your Camino. Mano a mano.
Here's the breakdown. The main body is a 73 El Camino, but the door came from a 1977 model, and under the hood, that's a transmission from a 1987 Camaro doing the actual work. They built Earl's car the same way Earl approached life, taking whatever worked from different sources and somehow making it all function together. Once you know this, you kinda can't unsee it. The door handles are slightly different, the body lines don't quite match, and car nerds everywhere probably spent 4 seasons wondering why Earl's ride looked just a little off in certain shots. There's something beautifully practical about this choice. Instead of blowing production money on a perfect period-correct vehicle, they built something that worked from available parts. It's exactly what Earl would have done in real life and probably what he did do, knowing his budget. Number 10, the credits feature a new Amigo in every episode. Now here's something most viewers completely missed, even after binge-watching the entire series. At the end of every episode, buried in the credits, where everyone's already reaching for the remote, there's a card that says Amigos de Garcia, featuring a different person every single week. This wasn't random stock photos or casting credits. Creator Greg Garcia was literally using the end credits as his personal friendship scrapbook, showcasing a different friend in every episode. We're talking 96 episodes, which means 96 different friends got their moment of television immortality. Now, while most showrunners stick boring production company logos in the credits and call it a day, Garcia turned that space into a weekly celebration of his personal relationships. The best part? Most of Garcia's friends had no idea they'd be featured until they happened to catch their episode. Garcia was literally spreading good vibes through the credits one friend at a time. Peak wholesome showrunner behavior. Number 9, SNL made the father-son casting gag even better. Sometimes television creates these perfect meta moments, and the casting of Richard Chubby and Little Chubby is comedy gold for anyone who remembers SNL history. Burt Reynolds played Big Chubby. Norm Macdonald played his son Little Chubby. On the surface, it's just funny casting. Legendary action star meets deadpan comedian, but here's the real joke.
And Richard Chubby liked more than just the smell of money.
Vodka.
And even if he didn't have a weapon in his hand was still a weapon.
McDonald spent years on Saturday Night Live doing absolutely brutal impressions of Burt Reynolds, especially during Celebrity Jeopardy sketches where Reynolds was portrayed as a complete disaster who couldn't spell his own name. We're talking impressions so savage, they became comedy legend.
Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You buzzed in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
So when My Name is Earl cast them as father and son, it wasn't random celebrity casting. It was a brilliant inside joke for anyone who remembered McDonald's SNL years. The best part? Both actors were completely game for it. Reynolds had always been good-natured about the SNL beatdowns, and McDonald got to play the ultimate long game, from impersonating someone to literally sharing scenes with them as family. Comedy nerds got the layered jokes, casual viewers just saw great casting, so win-win, I guess. Number 8, Camden is named after the creator's real-life son. Here's a behind-the-scenes detail that adds a completely different layer to every Welcome to Camden County sign in the series. The fictional town where Earl worked through his karma list isn't named after some random place, it's named after Greg Garcia's actual son, Camden. Think about that for a second. Every time Earl drove past a Camden County sign, every time someone mentioned living in Camden, it was all a dad's tribute to his kid, woven into the fabric of the show. Camden, the place, became this warm, quirky community where people looked out for each other, where second chances were possible, and where even the worst mistakes could be forgiven.
Funny how the brain sucks things up. One summer, Randy worked at a florist for almost 10 minutes.
I'm gonna put in some more baby's breath. It fills in the gaps with neutral coloring.
Man, these vases always gonna make that sound when I'm drying them. The squeaking makes my toes hurt.
What better legacy could a father create for his son's name than a place defined by redemption and human connection? Somewhere out there, Camden Garcia got to grow up knowing his dad loved him enough to name an entire fictional universe after him. Talk about the ultimate Father's Day gift. Your own TV town where karma always wins. Now, if you're loving these behind-the-scenes secrets from Camden County, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the shows that shaped our childhoods. We've got plenty more "wait, that really happened?" moments coming your way. Now, let's get back to the countdown with number 7. Randy's real dad plays the one-eyed mailman.
That's a straight-up street baller move right there, Willie. You're like the Karl Malone of mailmen. How much, Carl?
$3.25.
Sometimes nepotism in Hollywood actually makes perfect sense. Meet Willie, the one-eyed mailman, played by Bill Suplee, the real-life father of Ethan Suplee, who brought Randy's lovable confusion to life. This wasn't just cute casting. It worked perfectly for the show's small-town vibe.
Willie the mailman brought Joy a letter saying our car was towed to the impound yard.
Camden County was supposed to feel like the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, where families had history, and where the mailman might actually be somebody's relative. Having a real father-son duo playing fictional characters added authentic small-town energy without anyone actually knowing it. Bill Suplee totally nailed the role too. Willie wasn't just a throwaway character, he had personality, backstory, and that specific gruff charm that made Camden County feel like a real place with real people. Most viewers had no idea they were actually watching family dynamics play out on screen. The chemistry felt natural because it was natural. Sometimes the best acting happens when you're not really acting at all. Number 6, a real injury made it into the Cops parody episode. Sometimes real-life accidents happen on set and everyone just rolls with it like it was always part of the script. Well, that's exactly what happened during My Name is Earl's brilliant Cops parody episode. They were filming this perfectly crafted parody of everyone's favorite law enforcement reality show, complete with shaky cams and dramatic arrests. Everything was going according to plan, until one of the actors playing a police officer managed to slam his own face with the patrol car door.
We're on our way to Pimmit Hills Trailer Park. We go there a lot. This is a domestic disturbance. It's usually the hickeys.
Fine. If you'd rather hang out with your big idiot brother instead of me, go ahead. I hope you enjoyed licking the massage jelly off of his thighs. That's the peach flavor.
The actor, showing professional commitment that deserves an Emmy, immediately recovered and kept going with the scene like nothing happened. The producers loved it so much they kept it in the final cut, so when you're watching that Cops parody episode, you're not just seeing brilliant comedy writing, you're witnessing an actual on-set accident that became part of television history. The most perfectly Earl thing that could have happened. Number 5, Darnell was a genius assassin. Sometimes the best plot twists are the ones hiding in plain sight. For most of the series, Darnell Turner seemed like just another Camden County local. The chill guy who ran the Crab Shack, married Joy, and occasionally offered Earl some surprisingly wise advice. Then, the show revealed that this laid-back seafood entrepreneur was actually Harry Monroe, a former CIA operative and genius-level assassin who'd been living in witness protection. Yeah, the guy flipping crab cakes was apparently fluent in 17 languages and could kill you with a cocktail napkin.
Percent sure it wasn't terrorists that stole those fireworks. Nonetheless, I'm happy for the public misconception. All this misguided anti-Arab hysteria significantly reduces my likelihood of being victimized by random police brutality.
What made this twist brilliant wasn't just the absurdity, it was how well it actually fit Darnell's character. His calm demeanor under pressure, his ability to fix any problem, and his weird knowledge of random topics suddenly all made sense. He wasn't just zen, he was professionally trained to stay cool in any situation. The best part is, once you knew the truth, you could go back and re-watch earlier episodes where Darnell's helpful suggestions took on a completely different meaning. That wasn't just friendly advice, that was a trained government operative casually dropping tactical knowledge while serving fried shrimp. Peak My Name is Earl absurdity, turning the quiet background husband into the most dangerous person in Camden County. Number 4, the list was never supposed to end. Here's something that completely changes how you think about the entire show. Earl was never supposed to finish his list, ever. Creator Greg Garcia had a much more ambitious plan than just crossing off bad deeds until the paper was blank.
Well, I could have told the police where to find him, but as crazy as it sounds, he's still my friend. Besides, nobody should get their third strike for assault with a lamp.
Garcia's vision was that Earl's karma mission would ripple outward through the community. As Earl helped people, they'd start helping others, creating this endless chain reaction of good deeds. The list wasn't meant to be completed, it was meant to become irrelevant because everyone in Camden County would be living by Earl's example. Just for a second, think about the philosophical implications here. This wasn't just a sitcom about a guy making amends, it was about how one person's commitment to doing better could transform an entire community.
Hey buddy, today's your lucky day. I'm gonna help you find a reason to live. Most people cover their mouths when they do that.
Earl's list was never the end game, it was the catalyst for something bigger, which makes the show's cancellation even more frustrating. We got 4 seasons of Earl slowly working through his personal karma debt, but we never got to see Garcia's ultimate vision, a Camden County where everyone believed in second chances and paying it forward. Instead of a simple redemption story, Garcia was building something closer to a modern-day parable about how individual change can create societal change. Pretty heavy stuff for a show about a guy in a mustache. Number 3, the show was canceled on a cliffhanger. Sometimes TV execs make decisions so baffling that they become legendary for all the wrong reasons. Canceling My Name is Earl right after a massive cliffhanger reveal, well, that's peak network stupidity right there.
Was it my fault we got caught?
Of course it was your fault. I was halfway down the block with the basket of money, and you tripped over your damn dress.
The show's final episode dropped a bombshell. Earl Jr., the kid everyone assumed was Earl's son, might actually be someone else's. Just when viewers were processing this revelation and wondering how it would affect Earl's karma journey, NBC pulled the plug. No resolution, no explanation, no closure.
A few years later, we were having our first child from my own personal seed. The doctors already told us he was going to come out a boy, so we went ahead and named him. There he was, Earl Jr.
We're talking about one of the most frustratingly unresolved storylines in television history. 4 seasons of character development, relationship building, and karma completion, all leading to a mystery that would never be solved. Earl spent years making up for his past mistakes, but NBC apparently wasn't interested in making up for theirs. Creator Greg Garcia later revealed his plan on social media, but that's hardly the same as seeing it play out on screen. Somewhere out there, Earl is still wondering about his son's true parentage, and fans are still wondering what could have been. The show that taught us karma always comes around apparently never got its own karmic justice from the network that canceled it. Number 2, Earl never opens his eyes in a photo. Here's something that's been hiding in plain sight for 4 entire seasons. Earl Hickey has never successfully opened his eyes for a photograph. Not once. Whether it's his driver's license, childhood snapshots, family portraits, or police mugshots, Earl is always caught mid-blink, squinting, or looking away at exactly the wrong moment.
And they only had one requirement when you get your picture taken. You had to keep your eyes open. Which I could never seem to do.
Come on, Earl.
I'm trying, Randy. Then Randy had an idea.
Perfect.
This isn't bad timing or Jason Lee having an off day during prop photography. This is a meticulously maintained visual gag that runs through the entire series. Someone on the production team made the deliberate choice to ensure Earl would never, under any circumstances, look directly at a camera with his eyes open. Once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Every time a photo of Earl appears on screen, and there are dozens, he's doing his signature eyes closed pose like he's allergic to photography. This is perfect for Earl's character, a guy whose entire life was defined by bad timing and unfortunate circumstances. Of course, he'd be the person who couldn't take a decent photo to save his life. Number 1, Catalina's Spanish speeches aren't insults, they're thank yous. For 4 seasons, viewers watched Catalina unleash passionate Spanish tirades that seemed to absolutely destroy Earl, Joe, or whoever had annoyed her that week. The delivery was pure fire, the tone was unmistakably furious, and since the show never provided subtitles, everyone just assumed she was delivering the most creative insults in television history.
Careful with that sander, honey. You don't want to injure your toilet scrubbing hand.
Quiero agradecer a todo el público latino que nos acompaña cada semana y para los que no son latinos, les felicito por aprender otro idioma.
Sorry, sweetheart. I don't speak maid.
Plot twist. She was actually thanking Latino viewers for watching the show. While Catalina appeared to be verbally obliterating everyone in her path, actress Nadine Velasquez was breaking the fourth wall and expressing gratitude to Spanish-speaking fans who tuned in every week. The angry delivery sold it completely. Velasquez's performance was so convincing that English-speaking viewers never questioned what she was actually saying. They just knew it sounded appropriately furious for whatever ridiculous situation Earl had created. It's the perfect "my name is Earl" moment, something that appears negative on the surface but is actually pure kindness underneath. Catalina wasn't insulting anyone. She was secretly spreading good vibes to the audience who understood her. Talk about hidden karma in action. And there you have it, 15 weird facts about My Name is Earl. Which one surprised you the most, and did you catch any of them during your original viewing, or are you already planning a rewatch? Drop your favorite Earl moment in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe for more Forgotten Gems and Retro TV deep dives. Until next time, this is Remember When.